am totally Chase Sr. Is a huge Eagles guy and a 49ers guy. He covers both teams. He's with the Eagles Toosh Push quarterback sneak. Sean Salisbury, myself, and Big Matt, all of us are kind of against it because we don't believe it's a true football play, and it's going to be a catastrophic injury waiting to happen. Now, the reason I am against it, it's not because it's fair and unfair and being a bitch and crying about it. It's about the rules discrepancy. So this is why I break it down differently, and I just want to get your take on it because you do know this game very well. Travis Kelce pops up, which we call an influence block. He hi-hat. We call it hi-hat. He'll hi-hat, and then he'll dive and take out the knees of a defensive lineman in this particular play. That's what he does every snap. On the other side is if an O-lineman hi-hats with a combination block of a guard help, and we high-low you, Jeff, as a nose guard, it's illegal. It's not only illegal, it's finable and flaggable. The Kelce quarterback sneak play is not finable, it's not flagged, and it is allowed. So it's a completely hypocrisy of the NFL Rules Committee and Roger Goodell, number one. Number two, you cannot hit the quarterback low at all. But we can't stop this tush push by jumping over the center when it comes to PAT, field goal block, or, in instance, this particular play. So it is a rugby play, and I don't know if you've heard this.
Running backs coming behind him, kind of pushing Jalen forward.
The push play. The
tush push, yes. Just kind of curious your thoughts on it, if you think it's legal or how it should be handled.
Well, it's not being officiated as illegal, so we just have to prepare for it. I mean, that's
exactly.
I would personally like to see it eliminated, not just because they run it better than anybody, although they do run it better than anybody. But I don't think that's a football play. I think it's a nice rugby play.
Right.
There's a thing about it. It's not being flagged because it's not being officiated that way, but all the similar things I just discussed are being influenced and flagged.
Right.
And that is the issue I have. Because if we're trying to talk about protection and you can't return a kick and kickoff return and you can fucking fair catch it on the 10-yard line, but then this play is allowed. I'm just telling you, Jeff, it's going to take one back snap from Jalen Hurts and a catastrophic injury that's going to occur, or Travis Kelce gets bent over, or Jason Kelce gets bent over wrong, and we're going to be talking about this play as a suable offense. They're going to sue Roger Goodell. So I'm just trying to figure out what your take is on this. And
Del Rio, that's who that was. Dead right. Here's the thing. It's legal, so the Eagles are going to do it. Okay, there's no issue in doing it. It's completely within the rules.
Right.
Just like a lot of things. There's a lot of things we all do as people that, are kind of unethical sometimes, but we just do them anyway, right? It is what it is. I do agree, though, that it needs to be eliminated. I'm not with these fans. Look, I know that I came across as a fan when I said Nick Foles, whatever. But again, in this case, to me, I agree with JB. It is a rugby play. It is something that I think will get someone hurt. And I think after this year, they are going to outlaw it. But I will say this. Why don't other teams do it? I've seen a lot of teams struggle inside the one to score the football. It's available. Go do it. I don't understand.
I think my coach tried it last week or 2 weeks ago, and they just couldn't execute. I don't know. It's weird. The Eagles just got great at it for some reason.
And this goes back to what Jason was saying about the how good Jordan Davis is because of all the guys around him. They're good at this because they have a really elite offensive line, right? Yes. They have guys like Lane Johnson and Kelce, and even their young kids that are up on the Cam Jurgens is a second-year player. He's already a high level. I mean, he's the heir apparent to Kelce. So again, it all comes down to offensive lines. By the way, someone in your chat just called me a Gen Zer. Think about that. I'm a Gen Zer because he says I don't give enough respect to Donovan McNabb, even though I just said again, do you fucking people listen? Chris Parator, you deaf fucking fucker. Listen, dumb fuck. I said he's more talented. I'm just telling you the fan base loves Nick Foles and holds him as a hero in this town. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's all. I was born in the 80s. Therefore, I cannot be a Gen Zer. And in fact, I'm about a decade away from being a Gen Zer. What the fuck? Some of these people's problem. Chris Peritor, get the fucking hearing aid up and fucking listen, motherfucker.
I love it. I love it.
JB Rant, brought to you by Jeff Nadu. And
JB's rubbing off on you real quick. Hey, JB, before I forget, question though, because like Matt brought this up. What's the in terms of safety, right? What's the big difference between the tush push and a traditional quarterback sneak?
Right, let me break that down right now. I don't know if you, Smitty, you might have saw this. Richard Sherman tweeted out this. My problem with the tush push is the NFL literally banned defensive players from pushing other players into offensive formation on field goals and PATs because it was a health and safety issue. Right. But now it's okay because it benefits the offense.
I don't agree with the guy coming in and pushing the. That's where I kind of jump it off of it. Look, if your offensive line is just significantly better than the defensive line or just gets the push, then fair enough. But you got someone coming in and like that.
But that's the Smitty's question.
Yeah.
That is why it's different than the quarterback sneak. So if the quarterback sneak is an O-line versus a D-line, it's an old school wedge, PAT type of block. And that's the issue. Like the quarterback's going to find his hole in his gap. He's going to get in there, get his inches, get his foot, yard, whatever it may be. And it's a quarterback with the center protecting him. It's not Reggie Bush pushing him from the back.
That's what will be eliminated. The actual play, the sneak, will not be eliminated. It's you will be prevented from coming in behind the quarterback.
Jeff, to all fairness.
But they're still cut blocking. Like JB was talking about the whole high-low, the hi-hat. Like that shit, that's still happening on either version of the play.
I can't see a situation where they eliminate you just get under center and going one way or the other.
They're not gonna eliminate that.
Like as a D lineman, bro, like I'm thinking back having experiences of 4th and 1 where like I know it's QB sneak. I'm in all fucking fours. I'm as low as possible, and I'm not doing any technique. I'm just diving. We're both just fucking diving like this.
Here's the issue though. Like the rules committee, in all fairness, Jeff and Smitty, the rules committee overlooked this play. They looked this play over in the summer, in the fall. They said, you know what, we're gonna let it happen. So I don't see them doing it again. I think this play's in for a while. I don't think they're gonna review it again, even though everyone's bitching and moaning. I don't think they're gonna review it again. They only will review it if Jalen Hurts gets his fucking back snapped. That's it.